Hi, I'm Max Walker&Williams with another HBAR update for you. So let's jump straight into it. LSE joins the Governing Council. LSE, of course, is the London School of Economics. I think this is really important for several reasons. The first one being, it offers even more credibility to one of, if not the most credible projects out there. So HBAR, in my opinion, is one of the most credible projects out there because of all the reasons I've explained previously. The pedigree of HBAR, the Governing Council, all the companies involved, the end users, makes it, for me, one of the most rounded and respectable projects out there. And the London School of Economics can only add to that pedigree and that badge of credibility. It makes it more decentralised. It's an educational institution, not a business. What do I mean by that? Well, some of the comments that I get on YouTube and on other platforms is that one of the biggest issues that some people seem to have with Hedera Hashgraph is that it's not decentralised in the true sense of the crypto term. However, there's so many different businesses now, institutions and charities on the Governing Council that it'd be very hard for any one Governing Council member to convince all the other Governing Council members that they should do something bad or naughty or corrupt against the stakeholders of Hedera Hashgraph like you and I. Particularly because they're an educational institution. So they're not quite a charity, although they might be a registered charity, but they're not a charity in the traditional sense of the word, but they are academics. They believe in academia and they're not for profit or for business. So so in my mind, they make it more decentralized and more watered down. If Google, which, if some people are to be believed, Google is a big evil empire. I'd be amazed if Google can convince the London School of Economics to do some dastardly deed with them, and they would need their backing and all the backing of the other, or at least the majority of the Governing Council. So I'd be very surprised. And another educational institution just sort of anchors that point. A side note on the decentralised point there. And by the way, I hope you're enjoying my new pens. I've sent some beautiful pens that are really, really bright colours, so really vivid, so that's lovely. And I really think it helps with the new studio that I'm coming from. This is the first video, by the way, that I filmed in the new studio, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. It's only going to get better. We're going to be painting this wall and doing a few different things. We've got a desk, a custom-made desk being made by our good friends at Vista Digital. And if you want to see how that is going and how they make the most incredible furniture out of practically nothing, just click the link in the description below. Anyway, back to this. So the side note, the same reason the men with multicolored mohawks don't like this project is the same reason I believe it'll be one of the few projects that will stand the test of time. Institutional acceptance equals longevity. So what do I mean by that? So at the moment, the price of Hedera Hashgraph, in my opinion, it's one of the most undervalued cryptocurrencies in the space. The price of the coin doesn't represent the current existing technology, and it certainly doesn't reflect the future potential of this crypto project. Why is that? Two main reasons. A lot of people ask me, why is Hedera so cheap? Why is HBAR so cheap? Two reasons I believe for that, two main reasons. The first one is that not many people know about this project, and you can't buy something you've never heard of. So that will change in time as more and more people learn about it through videos like this and others. So please give this a like and a share, so that and leave a comment below so that it works in the algorithm and more people see this video and then buy into the project and then the price rises. The second reason I believe the HBAR is such good value for money at the moment is because when the Bitcoin came to market, when the cryptocurrency space was invented, if you like, and it was being adopted, the reason for the mass adoption with people on the fringes of society was because they wanted to change the system forever for the better. I think they were very well intended, for great intentions. They wanted to bring down the system. They wanted to bring down the banks, take the power from the few and give it to the many. And they would do that through very low cost transactions, although that transpired that isn't the case with Bitcoin, as I've proved many, many times over. A speed compared to the old banking system, cheap compared to the old banking system, and no one controlling, manipulating the market. So no more printing money, no more inflationary behavior with currency, but a true and fair system for all. It's not quite Bitcoin isn't quite that perfect, but that was the intention, that was the design of the system. And that sort of theme, that ethos, that flavor, that je ne sais quoi has carried on through the industry, because we're still in the infancy of this industry. Now, we all full well know as grown adults that you can dream about bringing down the system all you like, but you're far better off in the short time you have on planet Earth, in my personal opinion, you're far better off joining them and changing things from the inside rather than trying to beat them by occupying Wall Street. So HBAR, I believe, is going to stand the test of time because the banks aren't stupid. They see a better technology, they see a better way of doing things, and they adapt or die. Like Darwin's evolution of man, you adapt or you die. It's not the survival of the fittest, it's actually the survival. What he meant by survival of the fittest is survival of those who can adapt. So I believe that the banks and the institution, the system, will pick one or two or three, a handful of these projects, and will adapt their existing concepts, their existing businesses around those new technologies, and everything will move on as normal. I do believe it'll be quicker, it'll be more efficient, but that's what's happened since the beginning of time. You can't beat the system. What you can do is be a part of the system and improve it and do good for people. What you can't do, or what is very, very rare, is bringing down the whole system from the outside. Just doesn't happen except in movies and films. So the same reason these guys don't like Hedera Hashgraph is the exact same reason I think one day this will be one of the few coins that stands the test of time, one of the few projects that stand the test of time, and go on to, with the price going to, £1, £2, £5, £10, who knows, and it becoming something that the whole world adapts and uses every single day. Some of them won't even know they're using it, which is currently happening, by the way. There are people using apps, technologies and systems in Syria, in America, here in the UK, the NHS vaccine. There'll be people who've had the vaccine, who had that vaccine delivered to them safely, in big thanks to Hedera Hashgraph, and won't know that's happened. So it's happening already. The system is evolving and adapting, and people just don't see behind the curtain. They don't see the technology until it's in the Daily Mail, until it becomes widespread news. So the early adopters, you and I, we're already into this, and I really do believe that it's going to go to the moon, and this only expedites that for me. Okay, so the second part of the update is price rise. Good news for anybody who is already a stakeholder and owns HBAR. We've had a real roller coaster ride recently, and well done if you managed to keep the faith and hold on to your HBAR and didn't crystallize a loss that you may have otherwise had. So a low of 14 cent or 10 pence in the UK on the 22nd of June. Today, I've just checked before we started filming, and today we are currently at 26 cent or 18 pence. That's today. So really good news if you've managed to hold on, or if you've just got in. Now, if you don't yet own any HBAR, do not fret about the price rise for two reasons. One, because this isn't an all-time high. We have been as high as 38 pence. So in fact, we're not even halfway to the all-time high yet. So it's still a great time to get into HBAR. And the second reason is, even if we were over the all-time high, I personally believe that we're going to be going much, much higher, certainly to £1. And at some point in the future, I wouldn't be amazed if HBAR reaches £5 per coin. Okay, thanks ever so much for watching as always, guys. Things are on the up. We've got the new bright coloured pens, which I'm loving. New studio. Things are looking good. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care.